Yo, welcome in everybody to the Buds and Sports channel, the Dookie List Week 7. As always for these Dookie lists, I'm your host, Lightning Leche, Doug, aka Week 7, baby. Yes, sir. Week 7 has wrapped up, which means, as always, I'm going to talk a little shit at the end of the week and give 5 things that I thought were dookie. These are just my opinions. I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not here to talk shit on your team, even if I am talking shit on your team. It's all in good fun, and I would love for you guys to hop in the comments and sit and talk a little shit back. You know, maybe I'm Dookie. Maybe what I'm saying is Dookie. Maybe you think the same thing as me is Dookie. But without further ado, let's have a drink and have a big congratulations because it is a special thing today. You can already see it. Yes, New York Giants fans, you're finally officially off the Dookie list. Yes, no Giants this week. You guys finally did something that made me be like, fine, you're off the Dookie list. And all it took was getting Daniel Jones the fuck out of there and put it in tea time, tea time, tea time. Tyrod Taylor, baby. I know it was an ugly win. I know it was to Washington, but you did something positive. You looked decent. You finally got Waller in the end zone. So enjoy your week off the Dookie list. We'll see you next week. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get this week started with the first thing that I thought was dookie this weekend, and that was the Raiders. Raiders, if it wasn't for these Giants, you'd be the lowest scoring team in the league. And saying you're one step above the Giants and scoring isn't saying much. Jimmy Garoppolo, you're looking like you're officially going to be a backup for the rest of your career. You're one-dimensional. We all know what you do and what you can't do. And I'm a guy on the couch, so I'm pretty sure the actual NFL coaches who study and watch film know what you're dookie at, and they're honing in on it. And yeah, you're making Devontae Adams look average, and he's far from average. Josh Jacobs look average, and he's far from average. And a lot that has to do with Josh Jacobs comes with whoever the fuck is calling plays. Whoever's the offensive coordinator, get him the fuck out of there. Because he does not know how to use Josh Jacobs. If I see another fucking halfback call up the gut, if I see another halfback straight up the middle, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Get this guy on the outside. Get this guy slants, pitches, something. You keep running the same play up the gut that goes for 1 yard or negative yards every time. I don't get it. Stop with that shit. Raiders, you need to get your shit together because this defense subpar and sussy as fuck. The only way you're going to win games is by scoring points, and you can't even do that. And you have Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. So yeah, Raiders, you probably won't be the last time on this list. Welcome to the Dookie list. All right, let's go on. Number 2 this week. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, and right now they circling L's. All right, Bills, you play to your competition. I don't know what it is. You're a good team. I think you're a really good team. I'm pretty sure everybody in the league thinks you're a good team. But for some reason, you play to your competition. There's no way you should lost to New England. You're a way better team than New England. And New England is a bottom tier team right now. And I know even as a bottom tier team, Belichick always finds a way to take out your best guy, and that's what he does. But still, there's no way you should struggle and lose. There's no way Mac Jones in this offense should be putting up 24 points. Was it 24? Where's my thingy? Where's my scoreboard? 29! 29! They put up a 30 burger on you. I think that's the most the Patriots score this year. You let him put up a 30 burger on you. Crazy. Crazy, Bills. I don't know. And the thing is, I'm not worried because I know you guys do this a lot. Every good team so far this year has one to two really bad losses on their belt. Literally every good team. But Bills, you do this every year. You have stinkers of a game where you play to your competition. And for that, this week, you're on the Dookie list. Let's move on. Number 3, let's keep it in the same division, baby. The Miami Dolphins. Dolphins, 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 Dolphins. You know what your problem is? You can only beat bad teams, which tells me you're just a really good team. You're not. I'm not ready to put you in that elite category because you played. Other than these two teams, every team that you beat this year is garbage. And both L's are both to playoff teams. Teams that you're going to see in the playoffs. Bills. You're gonna see Bills in the playoffs. Eagles. You lost to the Eagles this weekend, and you're not going to see the Eagles in the playoffs. But if you have Super Bowl operations, you might be seeing them in the Super Bowl. And the Eagles are a playoff team. So the 2 playoff teams you played this year, you got smacked to. The Bills smacked you. The Eagles smacked you. Now, like I said, I can still put you in the elite category if you're playing these elite teams and you're barely losing. But you got smacked by the Bills. You got smacked by the Eagles. It's not even close. I don't know what the issue is, but if you guys can't beat elite teams, you're not going to do well in the playoffs. I do see you guys making the playoffs because when you guys play lower teams, yeah, you smack them, which is going to rack you up dubs. But so far this year, you played 2 playoff teams and got smacked to both of them. Wasn't even close. So Dolphins, you're on the Dookie list this week because you cannot be an elite team, which makes me say you're not an elite team. Which, by the way, I'm wearing my NBA jersey. I mean, my NBA shirt. NBA back, baby. But this is football. It's football. We talk about football. All right, let's get into it. Number 4, the Lions. Lions. It's your first. You're used to being on here over the past couple years, but this year you haven't touched the Dookie list because you've actually been good. You look good. I think you're doing good. And I think, like I said, every good team this year has a stinker too. I think this was one of your stinkers. I'm not taking anything away from the Ravens. I think the Ravens defense is underrated. I think Lamar Jackson's a top 3 quarterback in the league. Don't quote me on that. Matter of fact, quote me on that. He's a top 3. Get him some help though. But with all that being said, you shouldn't have lost the way you lost. I'm not mad if you lose this game, but to go scoreless all 4 quarters, you scored field goals at the last couple. When Harbaugh said, okay, we're done, we won this game, that's when you scored your field goals. In the 4th quarter when it didn't matter no more. You could not score. This offense could not move. Jared Goff looked like Jared Goff of the Rams. That's how bad it was. This defense cannot stop Lamar. This defense cannot stop Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards went off. He had a game. Gus. Lions. You're another one too. When you play bad teams, you thump on them. But when you play these playoff elite teams, they're exposing you. Now, this is one game. And like I said, I expect the Lions to bounce back. I do all 3 of these teams. Bills, Dolphins, Lions. All 3 of you guys take a stinker this weekend and have some very bad losses. I still think all 3 of you guys make the playoffs. But out of those 3 names, out of these 3 names, you guys gotta show up against these elite teams because from what I've seen, neither of you 3 are beating your elites in the conference. Can I confidently say Lions can beat 49ers? I mean, I know right now they look a little shaky, but I don't think playoff time the way they're looking. Can Dolphins and Bills beat Kansas City? Nah. So show me something, you 3. But like I said, Lions I'm not too concerned about. Bills, Dolphins, you're on my concern radar. All right, and our last name to talk about on the Dookie list is Mr. Ref. Just kidding. It's the fucking refs. Refs, I'm throwing you on the Dookie list this week. It's been a time coming. It's been building up. I've been wanting to put you on the Dookie list, but I've been letting you slide. But after this weekend, I got to stop letting the slide. Refs, you need to be held accountable. You are making some pretty flagrant bad calls. Especially this past weekend. And I'm talking about that Browns Colts game. Y'all robbed the Colts. I'm not even a Colts fan. I'm not even a Browns fan. I don't care who wins that game. But y'all robbed the Colts. Make some 2 blatant, pretty bad calls that caused the winning go-ahead for the Browns. And that's my issue with the refs. I understand we're human. We all make mistakes. But when it's that blatant, to me, it's like, what are you seeing? I'm a guy at home watching the replay on the TV. You're in the game, in the booth, all the things you need, and you're still making these shitty calls. Refs, you got to do better, especially when it's crunch time calls, because there's nothing that makes me more mad. Like I said, bad calls happen. We're all human. It's happening live time. The refs aren't perfect. I get that. But when it's the end of the game and you're in the booth and you're looking and looking, and you're still making bad calls? Come on now. Especially when it affects the outcome of the game. You know? When it's fourth quarter, under a minute, and we're looking at the clock and you're still making blatant last calls, you're costing people games. And it's making me think some of these refs got parlays. Some of these refs bet. I know they do, because ain't no way. I'm over here making better calls than you. I'm a guy at home. You do this. That's your career. Get it together, refs. You guys got to be better. Got to be better. Your calls can't be hurting the outcome of the game. I'm just saying. Alrighty, folks. That's going to do it for week 7 of the Dookie list. Thank you for everyone who always tunes into these Dookie lists. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's get this thing wrapped up. Dougie's Dookie list, week 7. We got the Raiders at the top of it. You know why they're on the top of it, because they got weapons and seem to not be able to do shit. Bills, you know why you're on here. You lost to New England. You're garbed for that. Dolphins, you can't beat an elite team. That's why you're on here. Lions, you did a stinker this week, so you on here. And refs, you know why you're on here, because y'all got to make some better freaking calls. Plain and simple. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button. The more subscribers help us, a lot. We love to hear... we love feedback from you guys, so make sure you guys are getting in that comment section. Like I said, tell me what you guys thought was Dookie this week, and I would love to hear something you didn't like. If it's on my list, if it's not on my list, just hop in the comments. Let's have a nice, chill discussion, Other than that, thank you guys as always for tuning in. I'm Dougie. This is Dougie's Dookie List Week 7, the Buzzin' Sports channel. Thank you guys so much. Peace.